Welcome to another edition of Wrestling Goons Radio Raw Reaction for the episode of May the 4th, 2015. And my God, I don't know why or how, but they decided to give us a phenomenal episode of Monday Night Raw that we are all excited to talk to you about. I have TJ, Mark, and David with me today as a four-man team. We are the Four Horsemen, and we are going to bring it to you right now. We're going to jump right into the show.
I call Arn Anderson.
He's got Orton. Who's got Tully?
I'll take Tully.
I'm going to be Rick, of course. So that leaves you, me, and Oldie there, Mark. Queen did not speak up sooner.
I know, right?
Jeez.
Why'd I have to be silent at that moment?
Yeah, right, jeez.
Because I love a good spine buster.
Yeah, can't beat one.
Alright, so Randy Orton, speaking of crazy off-the-wall antics, Randy Orton started the show. And he pretty much says he's going to get some payback here on Seth Rollins. Enter Roman Reigns, who says, no, my friend, I want some payback on Seth too. And if you get in my way, you're going to find out what payback is about on my end too. They had a nice little debate back and forth as Randy told him that Randy is a 12-time champion. And that he has been in 12 WrestleManias, and Roman
consecutive
has...
WrestleManias.
Yeah, exactly, consecutive. Roman did bring up the fact that he beat Randy when they went one-on-one. Enter Seth Rollins, who says he can meet the ball. Is that what he said?
No. This was the New Day came
Yes,
out.
New Day.
Yes.
This was New Day.
This was not Seth Rollins. This was New Day sucks.
Yes, they do.
Mark, your thoughts on this New Day?
New Day rocks, folks. And I don't know what all the hate is about now. We need some positivity because this is a new day, and that
you want positivity? Give them less racist gimmicks.
They were the only champions standing on that stage at that time, sir.
Allow me to intervene here, okay? Because
I have the high ground because I share their race. I win.
That helps. That does help. Now here's the facts. I felt like when they were wearing the suit and tie that they were going the racial gimmick. Now, however, they found a way to make it not about race. I didn't think it was possible, to be honest with you. But they've turned it into something that the crowd just naturally hates. And you don't automatically think it's because they're all black guys. You notice that they're all black guys, but you don't think it. But if they had a bunch of white tag teams together, it's not really any different to me in my mind. As long as you're not saying we're the KKK, you know what I'm saying? If they came out and said we're the Black Panthers or we're a new version of the Nation of Domination,
which everyone thought they were going to be.
And and I would have been okay with that, and I know that's probably not, where they should have went with it in actuality. I just like that kind of cutting-edge entertainment. I like when you push the envelope, because I know that it's not real, but I also realize that there are 5 or 6-year-old kids that are watching this, you know what I'm saying? So They're stuck in the middle where they gotta appease to every general audience. So I think what they've done here by turning New Day heel is the best possible outcome they could have gotten, while at the same time not changing anything about their gimmick. Nothing. I hated the gimmick with their face. Couldn't stand it. But obviously it's gotten them over quickly as heels enough to get them the tag team titles, and they would celebrate that all night long, as we would get into later on.
WWE for technically giving Xavier Woods a tag team championship reign thanks to the Freebird rule.
Exactly. He's become the new guy that can just take the title because he just has it. This also happened in TNA, by the way, when he filled in for Team Pac-Man and became Pac-Man's replacement, so he got a belt that way too. So, TJ, your thoughts on the New Day's promo against Roman Reigns and Randy Orton? Were you entertained by the opening segment?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll say a solid 7 because I do embrace them for how they've changed this gimmick, which in the beginning seemed good, but then 2 weeks later got dry, and they've turned it into something phenomenal for all of them. Aside, we all have said how Kofi deserves more than what he already has, and Big E deserves more for how short of a career he has. Same thing with Xavier, but this is like their best platform to actually stay in that limelight for a considerable amount of time. So I'm impressed with what they're doing, and I hope they stay on this path.
David, were you entertained by this opening segment?
As much as I can, it pains me to say this. Yeah, I kind of enjoyed the opening segment. They came out, they cut their... Yeah, it's pretty bad. They were thoroughly entertaining this all throughout this week. I'll give them that. I'm still not buying into it, but it was good, and it was even better when they got smacked around a little by Randy.
Mark, do you notice, though, that we're sitting here talking about the main eventers? We're not mentioning in this whole thing about Randy and Roman that the New Day is overshadowed Randy and Roman in the ring.
It's because the New Day rocks.
They do. The New Day
They
does.
do not rock.
They do. The New Day
Xavier
rocks.
Woods,
No, look.
in the
You
outside.
confuse New Day sucks with New Day rocks, and you get New Day socks, okay?
Exactly.
New Day socks. I could chant that. I could be down with both of them.
You
But
can shoot it and you can wear it. Ta-da!
They should do that, dude. They should make New Day socks. TJ, you need to email Vince to borrow, and you may have a job, sir.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
if I
man.
have a job, I'm working with NXT. Skip the main roster for now.
Exactly. Don't want to be demoted, actually.
Xavier Woods has done such an amazing job at just antagonizing the crowd, the opponents. Anytime there's any pause in the match, they will keep the crowd going because all you have to do is clap.
That's it.
That's all they have to do, and the crowd's right back into it, chanting that they suck.
I think that's the most thing I like about a gimmick. It's what I liked about Daniel Bryan. It isn't about the moves that you do. It's the fact that, and I guess that's what made me come around to John Cena too, because if the crowd is not sitting on their hands and they're using it during your segment, then you've done your job. And that's what they've done. They've taken the crowd from being dead in the water when that music hits to already ready to boo the crap out of them and stand up because they're already hated. I love it. I think it's the best idea they've had in quite some time that worked effectively. So, we'll see where it goes. Mark, what when we follow this opening segment?
We follow this up with the Randy and Roman Reigns versus the New Day in the Freebird Rules, the 3-on-2 handicap tag team match.
So that is how we are going to start the night off. After this long promo, they are going to go 3-on-2. David, what you think of the match overall?
It was a pretty good match. You know, they all worked very well together. It was nice to see, you know, for the way New Day got over on them with the speaking, that Randy and Roman worked pretty good together for a while and shut them up a little bit. It was nice to see that, you know, not that I'm tooting anyone's horn, but Roman looked slightly better this week, sounded better. He's slightly improving on his wrong man gimmick.
It's really hurting David a lot this week to have to give credit to so many people.
This is an extremely, you know, they finally gave us something good, so it's like, I got to be the negativity of it, and it's just killing me to not be able to be negative on it.
Yeah.
They killed this podcast.
Yeah, really. This podcast is all of a sudden positive. We've become the New Day of the opposite. All of a
Yeah,
sudden,
how about no? I'm not in that.
not happening.
I'll stay my tweener self, thank you very much.
Oh, man. Mark, were you entertained by this match?
Thoroughly, actually. Not only did Roman Reigns and Randy Orton both get all of their nice spots, but they also gave Big E a couple big spots against Roman. A couple of those suplexes were just devastating.
Yeah, they were nice.
Kofi got some offense, so did Xavier even. So, I mean, they threw around the ball and let everyone take their turn with it. And the ending was great because you didn't make Roman or Randy really look weak because one of them knocked the other one out with the spear. So
I'm sorry, you look pretty weak when you take a pinfall from Kofi Kingston. I don't care what.
but he took it because of the spear.
I got it.
Kofi didn't even hit a finisher on him.
So imagine what's going to happen if Roman hits that spear on him and Roman tries to pin him. It's over.
Then Seth's not going to let that happen.
Well, we'll see about that, won't we?
Yeah,
Tune
Seth's
in.
a little higher guarded than Kofi Kingston.
TJ, thoughts on this opening match?
Pretty much the same thing as Mark. I appreciate how they gave each superstar their chance to actually shine with their individual skills and everything. But how can I put this? I wasn't so much clapping New Day sucks. In the back of my mind, I was just chanting RKO. RKO. I don't know why. I wanted the New Day to lose just so they could be slightly softened up for like Tyson Kidd and Cesaro.
Yeah, I'm still wondering where that's going. We're gonna get to them in a little while.
We're gonna get Ascension.
That's what we need.
Has the New Day won in non-heel fashion so far?
Ever since their inception, or since they've been champs?
Since they've been champ.
No.
That was their first dirty turn, was getting it, and it's been dirty ever since.
Which is what it should be.
Technically, Raw wouldn't be considered dirty. It would just be considered taking advantage of the situation.
Which is fine. That's the same kind of, that's Ric Flair is. And I think the only person that should ever win clean in New Day is Big E. Like, I'll believe that Big E can beat anybody clean, but I'm not believing that Kofi or Xavier.
Kofi has beaten multiple people clean, and let's not forget Xavier beat Brodus Clay, who, while we make fun of him, is a legitimate powerhouse. He beat him clean.
Okay, but Kofi did that 5 years ago, so that's, we can't keep living on that. Kofi's got to do something now. And he probably is, but it's heel Kofi and he hit dirty win, and if that's what it takes, then that's good.
This is the closest thing to a heel Kofi we're ever going to get, so let's milk this out.
Well, we'll see where it goes.
I want him at least in a championship match.
I don't think any of them are going to get a single title run. Maybe Big E, but I don't know the other ones.
No, they should give Xavier one. Like, sneak him in for the Intercontinental Championship when it goes vacant.
I can see him getting the John Cena Open Challenge when he's not the winner.
Oh, by the way, because this is important, congratulations to Vacant for winning the Intercontinental and UFC Light Heavyweight Championship.
That's right, he's a multiple champion now of both
Cross
promotions.
brands?
Yes, cross-branded.
And they said it would never happen. Well, you were wrong. Ha! Internet.
Oh!
Alright, Mark, after this match, what do we follow with?
So next we have Seth Rollins and J&J Security in the backstage with Kane, and Rollins is just belittling Kane, telling him that the only reason that he's playing nice and he's putting Roman Reigns and Randy Orton in the main event as well as the first 3-on-2 handicap match is because that he's trying to make up for all the shitty things that he's done so that whenever the Authority comes back, they'll actually have some falling grace and they might forgive him for all the shit that he's put Seth Rollins through.
Let me tell you what I think about this. The same damn shit I say every damn week about this stupid-ass promo that they gotta give us 3 times a night. I'm so sick of it. I'm so tired of Seth telling Kane, "You're bullying me around. You don't know what's best for business." And then Kane goes, "Well, you're a spoiled little brat, and you're going to do whatever I tell you." And then,
blur, 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 blur,
yeah,
blur,
it's
blur,
like,
blur.
why in the hell I get it? And you showed me last Monday. I know, and you don't like each other, but you're not breaking up. I got it. You're like Lucy and Ricky. That's what it feels like. You're like Lucy and Ricky. You're just arguing all the time, but you're on the same episode the next week.
One of these days, Alice. One of these days.
Man, holy mackerel. That's all I got to say about this segment. Anybody want to add anything to this stupid, pointless interview?
Going on what you said, the only thing I'll add is when Kane reverberates, he just puts Seth Rollins in another match against Dean Ambrose, and Seth Rollins gets even more prissy.
Yeah, that's actually, that's how they followed this into, Dean Ambrose, if he beats Seth Rollins in their match, is added to the main event. He's gonna be it'll be a fatal 4-way.
I will say this, Kane is very vindictive.
Honestly.
Yeah, you don't talk crap about Kane, because he's going to put you in a match that you don't want to be in.
By the way, this is the longest vacation the Authority has ever taken. What the hell are they?
Well, Steph just came back.
Behind the scene with NXT, and from the rumors I've seen, they're planning something where Triple H goes face and Stephanie becomes the main heel for the Authority.
I can see that.
Stephanie just came back from China and Thailand.
I got that. I know she's doing
3 more
promotions.
Asians.
I know that she's doing promotions. And
She was
I know,
doing promotions with the one Truman Fund or something like that, or
and
Memorial.
I know that Triple H is behind the scenes. What I don't know is see how WWE.com can tell me that Michael Cole has a broken vertebrae. which
That
is
no one
totally
cared
false.
about.
But they can't tell me where the hell their bosses are? The WWE version of where the hell their bosses are?
They went away. They don't have cell phone signal where they're at. Okay, they can't keep
They're
in touch.
on their private island.
I need to know some
They're on
answers.
McMahon Island.
Cause you know what? That's another thing I'm gonna give credit for right now. Me and Bart talked about this several times this week. This episode of Raw, the WWE did a phenomenal job of connecting dots of things that the average fan wouldn't know, but the common fan was like, I saw that 5 years ago, or I know that they're really related, or I know that they're married to so and so. They did not insult our intelligence. They finally treated us like responsible, smart adults. I don't think we're going to get it very often, but hey, they did it.
It's a nice start.
You notice how we talked about that more than this whole freaking promo?
Yeah.
Exactly. What's next?
Next, we have the Ryback promo.
Man.
So the crowd pretty much sucked that up first and chanted that he was boring, and then they got into the Goldberg chant, and then he flipped the script on them and kind of said, hey, I know that you're talking crap about me, and feed me more. And they bought it, and they started chanting, feed me more.
They bought it, but I thought he was going to lose him again when he got to the part about, he said, yeah, the big guy loves you too. If you leave it right there, you're good. But then he had to follow it with, if I don't say anything, you're just going to keep chanting, right? Don't acknowledge the Goldberg chant. Just stop.
Ryback is trying to become Deadpool and break the fourth wall, and he's hitting and missing each and every week.
Bad. It comes off so bad. It really does.
That's why.
I should have said anything about Deadpool. He's dead.
Man, David, what was your thought on the Ryback opening promo here?
Why are they putting someone like Bray Wyatt up against this chump?
Bray means a
Straight
win.
up chump. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice since some people like to get into the whole win-loss record thing. That'll be nice. It'll be a nice little change for the last couple pay-per-views. But yeah, he deserves a lot better than Ryback right now.
Here's my hope. Now, me and Bart talked about this the other day as well. What if the people Bray Wyatt starts cutting down and the people he's cutting promos on, once he hits some of the Sister Abigail's, what if they pull a Daniel Bryan? What if he gets his cult following by the people he defeated? What if they become followers of Bray Wyatt because he's that much stronger than them? What if that's how he becomes the new face of fear?
See, that would be extremely entertaining. Yeah, we may have seen it a few years back, slightly, when you got kind of Undertaker and his ministry and all.
No, but that wasn't by
It was a different kind of following and everything
that wasn't
like
by
that.
respect thing.
The same thing could be said about Raven and his Nesk /
The
flop.
flop.
That's true. It could be Raven's block more than anything.
Yeah.
CM Punk tried it with Nexus, with the new Nexus, when they
And
had
SES.
when they had the initiation thing, when he had them beat the crap out of each other in order to be members of his little cult.
And you had to shave your head in the SES.
Yeah, there were different things. Who knows? Who knows what direction they're going? But
It's just a tough sell to go from Undertaker to Ryback.
well,
I mean, drop it mid-level. Put him in one of those. We've seen Bray and Cena, but slip him into an open challenge.
Let's be honest here. They gave us tough sales with Bray since they put him on the roster.
Oh, no. Let's not put Bray on his open challenges. He's been touched with the Cena burial stick once. Let's not do it again. Because
that is true. That is a very good point. So this Intercontinental thing they have coming up might have to have a face of fear leading the pack.
Mark, would you have any problem with Bray Wyatt being the Intercontinental Champion?
I would have no problem with that at all. I would love that.
What about
I'd rather him have a cult following than a title.
I'm with Mark. I think that the title is less irrelevant than him.
Or think about this down the line. What if he comes face to face with Neville, beats him, this whole cult following happens, Neville's a part of his flock, Neville ends up getting the IC title.
What I would do, see, almost like you said, but here's how I would do it. I would have him under so much power that somebody wins the title and they just give it to him. Like somebody goes out.
Kind of like Andre in the championship for DiBiase.
Somebody goes out and wins the title for him and just gives him the belt. Cause that's
what Eric Rowan that does it.
Eric Rowan needs to go back. For God's sakes, stop burying this poor man. What has he done to you? He's not even Zack Ryder to be on TV, but Eric Rowan can't. What is this? Is he hurt? Does anybody know? Is Eric Rowan hurt?
I have not seen or heard anything in months.
Oh my jeez.
Last I heard he was hurt, I heard he had tweaked his ankle at a live show, but that was before the match with Wyatt.
Yeah, but okay, and I heard Bray Wyatt twisted his ankle and wrestled at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
yes, that did happen.
Rowan.
Oh man.
This is a guy who can talk and wrestle versus a guy who could just throw stuff around because he's part Viking.
So here's my problem with this promo, and after Ryback's done with his little ramble and he hits the crowd on the side, Bray's promo almost felt like he said nothing about what Ryback said. Like you can clearly tell that it was taped and had nothing. This did not fit with that segment.
It really didn't. I honestly thought there was a setup to a behind the back attack.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping for, because me being the Brave fan I'm like, this is just awful for right now. Like, he is usually so much better, and it's like Anthony said, it just seemed like it was pre-taped. Hey, we're going to roll this. And Ryback he was never that great at promos anyway.
I feel like Bray's promos are a lot better when he's spreading his own propaganda rather than talking about his opponent specifically. Because that gets boring really quick. Like, I know that Ryback has muscles that he's a failure. I get it. I'd rather know what your message is. What is your purpose for being here and doing your acts of being? Mark, what do you think? Can you relate to anything in his promo?
I mean, it had nothing to do with Ryback, but it also didn't have anything to do with the cult following. So that tells me that Triple H is saying, hey, since you don't have Eric Rowan and Luke Harper anymore, we can't get you to have people want to follow you.
I think he's reached Ultimate Warrior status where they just tell him, they're like, look, we know that this is a hard sell, so just say whatever the hell you want. And people are going to like it anyway just because you're Bray Wyatt and they're going to buy into it.
Right, because Bray Wyatt doesn't have a script in his promos. All his promos are off the top of the head.
Yeah, I have seen leaked scripts, but it's almost the same treatment as John Cena. Like, John Cena gets the basic format.
You get the bullet points, and that's it.
And then John Cena can say, you know how many words I'm going to use out of this? 3. Because the rest of it I'm winging. That's how promos should be. I hate scripted promos. Like Roman Reigns. You can tell every time Roman Reigns does a scripted promo, and you can tell when Roman Reigns is cutting a genuine promo. Monday night, genuine promo. Supper and Succotash, written promo. Easy.
He brought it up again.
Can't you?
I could rant on that for hours at a time.
I
think I almost did last week.
Segment just about that.
Yeah, we could. We really could.
Yeah.
We're going to do that, so let's segue to the next thing.
Mark?
So next up we have Tyson Kidd and Cesaro versus the Ascension, which was a pretty quick match, and then the spin, the swinging,
Call it
whatever.
the King Swing because it's just the move he did with Chris Hero.
Okay, we'll do the King Swing into the little drop kick for the pinfall.
Yep. I actually call it the Cesaro swing. That's what they've been calling it.
Yeah, Cesaro swing.
But I remember that move because him and Chris Hero had that as the setup to KRS-One for a long time.
Well, I'm sorry. I know they were great. They were a great team, but nobody hits that drop kick like Tyson. It is so beautiful when Tyson
It really is. I think the only person who would hit that better is honestly Hideo Itami, only because of the hesitation.
Probably. Daniel Bryan would do it pretty good too. We're not going to see that though, thankfully.
If you ever do, I'm marking out.
Yeah, I'm sure. What do you think? First off, I'll just say my 2 cents about. I don't know what the hell they're doing with Ken Cesaro. Like, I know the New Day needs the title. That's great. Why are they not getting their automatic rematch clause? And why the hell are they fighting the
They're probably waiting and going to give it to them at the next pay-per-view.
But then
That's what I see.
Okay, but if they don't win it, where do they go? Like, what do you do? Do you break them up? You got to break them up, right?
If not break them up, think about it like this. Both have extensive background, at least contending for titles on NXT. Could you imagine if Enzo and Big Cass don't win the NXT title, they have Ken Cesaro go down and beat Buddy and Blake?
They would just be the NXT Tag Team Champions right after being the WWE Tag Team Champions?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I know it'll be somewhat of a step down, but at least they would be in a place where they would have their full potential and not just rickshaw everything.
Hey, it's an idea, because I don't have an idea for him.
I have nothing for him.
Because I don't want them to break up either. I love the team. Like, I almost didn't want them to lose their belts, but at the same time, I understand why the New Day needs them.
Right. Can I just say one thing about the Ascension?
Please.
It's not that I don't like this team or their gimmick,
No, I
but
do.
a couple days ago, I rewatched their initial debut promo back when Kenneth Cameron, a.k.a. Bram, a.k.a. Charlotte's husband, was the other half of the Ascension. Where this Ascension, you could clearly tell, is the Road Warriors. Them, they like disciples of Sean O'Hare, and I want that Ascension back so bad.
You're not getting it. And I'm with you all the way. The first NXT show ever, they opened the show, and their entrance, I said, oh my God, they're the next Undertaker.
Or the next Sean O'Hare.
And how wrong was I? Holy crap, they're bad. I have a spoiler that we're going to go ahead and give you. There have been house shows where the Ascension is working the tag team of Curtis Axel and Macho Mandel.
No, shut up. I don't want to hear that. Shut up. No.
I will go ahead and second this one, and I have to do the same.
No, it's real. They actually have a Titantron already made.
Yes.
I know, and I don't want that. Please, Mark, segue, please.
So we're gonna. So the Ascension. That's my thought on the Ascension is they are gonna be jobbers until they get repackaged. That's my thought on them.
Change their gimmicks.
I hope that they go back to what they had in FCW and NXT to start off with. I can even take them keeping the Titantron. Just lose the paint. Instead of the red little stuff, make it back to black. I mean, you can keep the freaking shoulder pads if you have to. I really don't care.
Take off the shoulder pads and give at least Connor back his frilly cape.
Yeah, do that, but then go back to the weird contacts too. Victor needs contacts.
Yes.
They need the contacts. They need the weird eyes.
And I want the lighting as the little spotlight.
No, I want it dark. I want
No. That's what it was. It was
Yeah.
complete dark, and then whenever they got into the ring, the spotlight came and shined on them in the corners.
I don't want to feel like I'm in a freaking mosh pit, okay? That's not
For
what I
the
want
love
to feel
of
like.
God, could they please take away this whole thing about Welcome to the Wasteland?
Yeah.
They become less of Road Warriors and more of Mad Max ripoffs.
Welcome to the Wasteland is their segment. That's what it is.
No, that's going to be their talk show. You know how Red Dragon has the fish tank? The Ascension's going to have their talk show called The Wasteland.
You know who's going to watch that? Nobody.
I'd still watch it because Ascension was in it.
You
Wow.
can still watch it because it would have like a metal theme to it.
So, David, you are a fan of the Ascension, David.
I am. I have been for a while. I didn't see too much of the FCW work, but I did catch them when they were doing the NXT work, and I thought they were phenomenal then. I remember sitting there watching them, going, these guys are going to be... I told people for a while, these guys are going to be the next tag team to go in there and just start laying dudes out and taking what they want. And when they brought them up and packaged them the way they did, it was just... It broke my heart.
But I agree with what TJ said. Now that and Rick Victor's not bad, but when Bram was with Connor, that was a nasty team. Like, they were violent and they were dark. They were that dark team.
I will say this one thing that the new Ascension has over the old Ascension, and that's team finishers. The old Fall of Man was just a simple jawbreaker into a flapjack, and that wasn't much. At least with this one, it's more cohesive and sold as a more painful finisher.
No, I hate this finisher more than any finisher in wrestling.
Yeah, I'm not too sold on the finisher myself, even being the fan. I'd like to see something with a little bit more power.
Because you can tell this is just a blatant ripoff of the Total Elimination.
Not only that, I feel like I'm watching Mortal Kombat. Like, why do I have a 300-pound guy doing a leg sweep? Why is that his finisher?
Because it's their X-ray.
He's 300 pounds. Give me the flapjack. Have him throw somebody on their back.
No,
give me something like a 3D or something.
European uppercut.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice too. But a double leg sweep? No, thank you. I'm sorry. Not buying it. Not happening. Mark, anything you want to add about the Ascension, or we'll move on?
Man, they were so good in the ring in NXT. Like they could wrestle, and as soon as they got brought up,
they can't wrestle.
I don't know what happened.
They can't. They were like,
it was PTP that ruined them.
As bad as I give Adam Rose credit, at least Adam Rose adapted to what the WWE Universe does. Ascension never has. They haven't adapted.
But they don't give them a lot of spots to work their adaptation right now. They're giving them the house shows,
man,
but they're not giving them the spots.
No, man, I've seen them on their quick 30-second promos all the time, and they suck in every one of them. Their promos are garbage.
That's why they shouldn't talk, and they should just be a
follower. They just need to go out and be ass kickers.
Or they need a manager, like I say about 1,000 people. It's not bad, people. Give people a manager.
Just put the Ascension on Bray Wyatt. Boom.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I would extremely like that.
All right, Mark. What's next?
So next up, we have the Seth versus Dean match.
Hold up. This was not Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. This was Tyler Black versus Jon Moxley. Get it right.
It was.
Kane comes out and says that if Dean wins, then he has his match, and he is also put into the triple threat match at Payback. And J&J Security are banned from ringside because he doesn't want any outside interference like last week.
This is the point where I got caught up in LeBron James taking on the Chicago Bulls. And I turned the channel, thinking here goes another match where Seth is going to sneak his way out and they're going to screw Dean. They're probably not even going to have a one-on-one match because they never do. They always try to find a way to screw it up. And I am a moron.
I won't say you're a moron. I'll just say you had a bad luck.
That was terrible. Like, of all the times that I've turned the channel of Raw and it never backfired. Boy, did it backfire on me.
It backfired a lot this week.
Dean Ambrose.
This match, I'm not even kidding when I say Tyler Black versus Jon Moxley. This match was just WWE's way of saying, yeah, we remember where they came from. Let us show you what we know. And this was by far the best match Seth Rollins has had in a very long time.
I'll say that you're giving WWE way too much credit because what I think they said was, we know you guys are professionals and you know each other, so here's 15 minutes and do what you want. I don't think an agent designed that match. I think they called it themselves.
That was just straight them calling that whole match. The chemistry between them is just unbelievable.
You saw some spots where they wanted to do certain moves and they were like, wait, WWE doesn't allow this.
Yeah, they definitely probably dominated it a little bit. Mark, what did you think when you saw Dean get the win? Dean Ambrose is in the Fatal 4-Way.
It was a long, amazing match.
And it's long overdue for Ambrose.
Oh, man, yeah. Ambrose and J&J Security even tried to run in and screw
Dean. And they failed. I will say this. There was one botch, and that was on the finish for the roll-up. That was a slight botch.
They've had them in botches whenever they do their match. Like, the one that sticks out to me is the cage match that for some reason WWE doesn't refuse to edit when they both look at each other and tell each other when it's time to jump, rather than, I don't know, knock each other off the cage like you're having a fight.
That's because they were just like, oh, whatever.
They're like, oh, we gotta get the spot in. Let's jump now. See ya. Boom. Oh,
Tuck and roll on the way down.
So dumb. At that point, you just bail. That's what I'm saying. You just come up with a new spot. And I seen Dean do that too in his match with John with the powerbomb, where he was like, "Oh crap, you need to come up the top rope. Let me go back and do the powerbomb again." No, you go into a new spot. It's not that hard, Dean.
When you mess up, I'll put it like this. Let's say John Cena messes up on his version of the Blue Thunder Bomb, and he messes it up. I wouldn't say go straight into 5-knuckle shuffle. I would say at least go for your STF to make it somewhat believable.
Right, they're on the ground. Right, thank you very much. It's little things like that drive me insane. Oh, they give me a headache. Mark, what's next?
Next up, we have another one of Anthony's favorite backstage segments where we get Seth Rollins telling Kane that he's going to kick his ass because he's the one that put Dean Ambrose into the title match. And Kane says no, that it was the WWE Universe, and that if Seth was a man, he would have beat Dean Ambrose anyway.
Anthony has no comment. Anybody else?
Terrence has no comment.
Mark has a comment that says Kane was 100% right, and if Seth Rollins was a man, he would have beat Dean Ambrose.
I'm just going to go ahead and plead the fifth.
Says Steph is nothing compared to Tyler.
Can we just stop? Can we just stop with these promos? Oh, God.
Let's do Seth Rollins versus Kane and be through with it.
Yeah, like, really, we know you hate each other.
Well, we still got another, week or two before the pay-per-view. Kane could add someone else, and we might get an Elimination Chamber this year.
If I seen one more thing...
We might get Kane putting himself in a title match soon after Payback.
The next promo of Raw I seen where Seth is complaining to Kane, the very next one, I will call him Lucy on this podcast for the rest of every podcast. Seth Rollins will be renamed Lucy.
He's not going to be Justin Bieber?
I'm not calling him Justin Bieber.
Let's not remind him of that one.
Come on.
That was quite the rant last week.
He's better off being Lucy.
He is. Let's just forget that ever happened.
Alright, so next, Anthony, you might like this one a little bit better. Lana's backstage with Byron Saxton. And then Fandango comes and tells her that she should watch him. And then we have Rusev come in and interrupt and tell Lana that she needs to leave.
But he told her he wants a sandwich is what he said. He said get in the kitchen. Oh, man.
I think that little thing with Rusev and Fandango and Lana, I don't think that was for gimmick. I think that was Fandango actually saying like, hey, Lana, wait, no, not Lana. Hey, CJ, you should leave him and come with me. And Rusev's like, no.
No, I definitely think it was planned because they had a match following.
Yeah, I was say Rusev definitely emphatically backed up that no.
Like Rusev was like, no, I crush, not you.
Here's what I took from this whole entire waste of 10 minutes of my life that I'll never get back. The crowd was dead as shit for Fandango. Like they were the first crowd since he turned that didn't give two craps.
That's because they were smart at that point.
They did not care.
Because it's Canada.
No. But we're not done yet. But when Lana does it, they blow the roof off the joint.
Because Canada realizes, oh wait, it's Fandango. Let's not do it. Let's wait for something important. Oh, Lana's doing it? Yeah, let's go along and actually try and help the show.
And then
we realize it's crap already.
So what Fandango is going to be forever is a victim of the smart crowd. He will never be fully over because certain crowds are just going to hate him because of his gimmick. It sucks for Fandango.
Right.
Because I like that song.
You see that gimmick, you're reminded of one of two things. Disco Inferno and Rico.
First off, Glenn Gilbernetti is a hell of an entertainer, and he was one of my father's close friends. Disco Inferno was a cornerstone of the cruiserweight division in WCW. How dare you, sir?
Yeah, you got to remember them killer matches he had with Alex Wright.
Hey, Dolph Wonder did, actually. Mark, thoughts?
Anthony's showing his age a bit.
Yeah, it's up there.
Rusev keeps sending Lana away, and the crowd wants Lana. And that's
we all want Lana. Anthony wants Lana.
I do.
It's starting to make me really not like Rusev, actually.
That's not.
Because it's Rusev.
So it wasn't anything over the past year that made you dislike him, other until you started sending Lana away.
Oh, I want to be happy about.
No, I liked Rusev. Rusev was amazing. Rusev is probably going to be a world heavyweight champion.
For
He's
which
going to
company
be
is
what Vladimir
beyond us.
Kozlov should have been.
No, and I'll be honest. If I take anything from this segment, I'm glad that Rusev won finally. Glad he's back on a winning streak.
Well,
Glad that.
not for long,
This is true. I will agree with that. After dropping all the matches in a row to Mr. Burial Hatchet,
Jeez.
it's good to see him pick up a victory.
Oh, speaking of which, there's one rumor about their match at Payback. That they plan on having
Spoiler.
Cena lose and then leave.
If Cena lost and left, then I would probably have an orgasm, probably. So.
I would throw a party that would get a million cops called to my house.
Here's how I think the match is gonna end.
And the cops would probably join in and celebrate with you.
With it being Cena, I'm sure the ones I know would.
That match is gonna end with Lana throwing in the towel on Rusev and having Rusev tell her, "You're fired. Go your own way." And Lana's gonna be a star, and Rusev is gonna probably wind up back in NXT in 2 years. So that's
I really hope not for him.
Rusev into what Vladimir Kozlov unfortunately became.
yep.
No, how they put Vladimir with Santino. They're gonna put Rusev with Zack Ryder.
You know what? No, that's a good point. 'Cause you know who Vladimir Kozlov had a feud with? He fought Triple H.
Yeah, and held his own.
Clean.
Triple H.
There's a lot of people who didn't get successful chances who can say they've beaten Triple H cleanly.
Yeah, and Rusev could be that next guy, man. That's sad.
Yeah.
I hope not. I like Rusev a lot.
I really hope he doesn't get buried after all this.
But we all know when you lose to Cena, that's pretty much where you're going at the bottom.
Yeah.
Pretty much, it's not even an attitude adjustment. It's just throw you into the grave.
Hey, let me give you this weak ass stunner that everyone thinks looks so stupid.
That even Stone Cold said, "Don't do it." Like,
Yeah. I will say though. Wait, did we get Cena yet?
No, we're not there
Oh,
yet.
well,
We're
never
going to
mind.
get to Cena. We'll get there. We're almost at Cena.
See,
I don't want to.
if Rusev loses this next match, I can just about guarantee you he will be on another win streak within 6 months, and he'll probably have the Intercontinental title this time.
No. If he does, I swear I'm giving up on WWE entirely. I will just focus mainly on NXT.
I really think that he could. I think that he'll win the other small belt. That'll probably
Yeah, I'm thinking so too.
That'll be what's next in line for him.
It's kind of like his consolation for jobbing to Cena.
I'm okay with it.
I mean, they gave Barrett the consolation of King of the Ring. We're gonna give Rusev the IC strap.
But at some point, though, I want Rusev to be the World Heavyweight Champion. He should.
Oh, he will be.
Definitely has potential
Oh, he's
to.
gonna be world champion before the year's out.
I don't think it'll be for the year.
Or he wins the Royal Rumble.
Nah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can see that.
And he does it by eliminating Roman Reigns.
Oh, that would get major, Henny.
It really would.
Alright, Mark.
Alrighty, so next we have the R-Truth versus Stardust match, where Stardust brings out a bag full of something, and R-Truth doesn't know what it is, so halfway during the match, he decides that he wants to look into it, and lo and behold, we have spiders, and he just falls back into a roll-up.
Alright, I want to say normally how dumb this is as a fan, because you want to go, why are you looking in the bag? You know how this goes every time. But then I think back to me, that 8-year-old kid at the front row of the local matches, and me yelling things that the referee is just so blindly not seeing. It's wrestling. So then I have to let it go. I was really mad when I saw this, and then that child tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, buddy, you're watching wrestling, and it's
I
entertaining."
said, let's skip it before we catch feelings.
So I was okay with it. Archer at the snare and the spiders, he lost. The only thing I would have done differently is instead of having the roll up, he should have backed up all scared and fell into the crossroads. Like, he should have hit him with a move.
Crossroads. Not even crossroads. Like, while he was looking down, Cody comes off with a disaster kick.
Yeah, that's fine too. Just some kind of move. Not a roll up.
Matter of fact, nope, not even the disaster kick. We gotta go with that new move, that Dark Matter.
A roll up is that damn Cody Rhodes before Legacy finish. That's that hardcore howling finish that he had with him.
Before I got my face smashed mirror type thing.
Exactly. Oh.
Yeah, that's my only qualm with it too. Like, they had the roll up. I mean, I understand he's scared of spiders, and obviously he's curious to know what's in the bag because it's wrestling, and you always go for the cheap shit. But
hey, we know what the pre-show match for Payback gonna be.
Stardust versus R-Truth in a bag of spiders on a pole match.
Oh my god.
probably.
Hey, well, maybe you would have watched the pre-show. So
I don't mind the pre-show. I like the pre-show most of the time. Got some insightful things going on.
Like Easter Fire. They're gonna have 2 roles. One's gonna have the IC belt, and the other's gonna have the bag of spiders.
Damn. So what do we got after that?
Next up, we have John Cena's Open Challenge that gets
John Cena sucks. John Cena sucks.
And tonight it is answered by Bret Hart.
Woo!
Who introduces a great wrestler, Heath Slater.
Yeah, baby!
Who then gets knocked out by Bret Hart, and then we get the introduction of Sami Zayn.
David.
Unbelievable pop.
David, your thoughts when you finally saw the debut of Sami Zayn?
I was stoked. I am a big Sammy fan, dating back to his masked work. And
we don't bring that up. Remember, Sammy's a separate person. El Generico's down with the orphans in Tijuana.
This is true. Yes, I did forget that part. But it was probably the best pop we got to hear all night. It was great for him to be in his hometown. I'm about to put myself in some more pain, but I thoroughly thought this was the best match of the night. Maybe the only match I will ever admit that I liked Cena in. The match was fluid. The shoulder injury, they carried that on pretty good. But, I mean, it was just a phenomenal match. Sammy got to really showcase some of his moves. John let him get all of them in there.
There were two main things I saw about this, though. I either thought they're going to risk having Sami Zayn beat John Cena and then job to Owens again, or they're going to have Owens make his debut and jump Sami Zayn, costing him the match.
That's what I wanted to happen.
That would have been astronomical.
I was hoping for that one, but I still will take the way that it did go.
The way that that's what I want to add, is I've watched Sami Zayn since he debuted in NXT. Of course, I watched his work as El Generico. I went back and watched it. But the first time I got experience to it was as Sami Zayn. And ever since then, anytime that guy has had to sell an injury, he didn't do it by just acting like he was hurt. He did a move that set it up to where you believe, oh my God, I think that guy's really hurt. To the point to where I have people constantly calling me or texting me or writing on my thing going, oh my God, this year Sammy hurt himself.
Right, I got that too. And I'm like, okay, this is a great way for them to say, oh, Sammy lost to Owen. Now we can bring him up to the main roster permanently.
Yeah, that's why Sammy's not really hurt. Sammy's selling this, and we know that's going to be true when the match starts and Owens grabs that arm. You know it's a work. Like Owens.
You know Owens is actually skilled with a decent crossface.
Exactly. So he's definitely going to work on that arm. He's going to make him pass out with it. That'll be how that goes. But yeah, hell of a match. Oh my God, hell of a match. By the way, if his arm is hurt so bad, he wouldn't have hit that diving DDT through the turnbuckle. That wouldn't have happened.
Which was amazing. Got the biggest pop of the night.
Oh, and he wouldn't have picked John Cena's fat ass up and thrown him around like a pretzel into the Blue Thunder Bomb. So.
Or would he have been able to fully get on the Koji clutch?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think so. And he hit that in a weird position. Like, he just locked it in.
He usually sets it up with a flatliner. That's what threw me off.
Yeah, exactly. Bart, your thoughts on this match?
My thoughts on this match are that Cole actually knows wrestling moves.
Right.
Like, he called the Koji clutch. Like, what? Do what?
Pointers from Matt Striker before Matt left.
My God.
I'm pretty sure Sammy told him to look for it. He said, hey, when I do this submission, it's called a coach clutch.
Yeah, he gave him some pointers before the match.
No, you know JBL and Booker T had to, like, talk to him on the side of the ear without their microphones. Like, It's called a Koji
Oh,
clutch.
Jamie doesn't know what the hell that move's called.
And
No.
Booker T called it something else. So, I mean...
yeah,
Well, they're trying to put Booker T as this idiot announcer when we all know he's extremely intelligent.
But,
well,
also...
they're playing it pretty good with the dump work because I've been thinking the last couple weeks, I'm ready for Booker to be gone.
Can we just get Renee Young as a
Yes.
play-by-play to prove it?
Yes.
Or even, we were talking about this during NXT. Bring Graves up, man. The transition he made, he is a
Bring
great.
Graves and Jason Albert up. We need that.
Even bringing Albert back to just do Monday nights instead of Booker would be nice.
Okay, well, you're not getting Albert because he's the NXT trainer. But
Okay, that's understandable.
during the match was actually stopped, which is by far shows me that it's a complete work. The majority of matches where someone gets hurt, they don't stop it and have the trainer come over and look. So that was a way not only to make the loss to John Cena okay, because, I mean, he wasn't even 100%. That's all he has to say. And he still kicked out of an AA.
Yeah.
Called out of the STF.
Yeah, we can say all we want about Cena not putting over talent, but my God,
He'll work it, but he won't put it over.
Yeah, he won't put it over, but he'll make him look like $1 million.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Sammy makes himself look like $1 million. He didn't need Cena's help for that.
Oh, he
but
needed
this
Cena's
week
help.
it went over fairly well.
He needed Cena's help with that Blue Thunder Bomb, I promise.
Sami Zayn could go back to his days over in Japan with DDT and be wrestling that doll Yoshihiko, and he would still look like $1 million.
Yeah, I mean, he could wrestle anyway, yeah. And by the way, I've seen some impressive matches with that doll. So,
I swear, that Infinite Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's put that on 2K16.
Yes, please. Mark.
So next we have the Bellas walking to backstage. They're walking around, and then we see the New Day still celebrating their victorious over Randy Orton's and Roman Reigns, and they were chanting all night long.
They doesn't stop. The New Day party doesn't stop. They got to celebrate. They had, as David pointed out, Big E had both of them on his shoulders like a strong man, just chanting champions around. I love it.
Am I the only one that's noticing they're trying to push the Bellas as, like, faces more so than anything just because of Daniel Bryan?
Well, I don't know if that's just because, but you're not the other one that noticing it, because that's what happens is when they walk out, Naomi goes to her heel ways, but Naomi has a new partner in Tamina Snuka.
I am so happy she's back, and her hair looks awesome.
I'm more happy that they put them together for the simple fact that once again they're connecting dots. They're not insulting our intelligence. We know these two have a history.
And we know they're related.
Exactly, we know. Well, they're not blood related, but they're,
They're still family of some sort.
They're family. So, we got the Bellas and the Snukas. Mark?
It makes you actually wish WWE would copy TNA and have a tag team belt for the Divas.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
Well, TNA copied WWE because WWE first had the tag team division for women's. But yeah.
But we're talking about the modern era, not the era that
TNA still has wrestling?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's move on from TNA to something that actually matters.
Destination America isn't really a destination.
Nor is it really America.
No.
So I kind of like how Naomi told the Bellas that we're the new family on top of the Divas division. I just think that Naomi has come into a zone being heel. She must have had some pent-up aggression because she's working that mic.
She had pent-up aggression because, one, she's forced to use a stupid finisher, and two, she's been held back from multiple chances where she could have easily won the Divas Championship. She really is athletic.
Well, this heel turn is probably going to be what gets her the belt, so.
As long as it helps us forget the somebody call my mama.
It'll never make me forget that. That'll be in my mind forever, so.
We're never going to forget it simply because of the booty grind.
Who is also the first entrance music for Xavier Woods.
Yes.
Oh, God.
No, I don't consider his theme music. I'll still go back to Get Funky from NXT. Because that theme was actually catchy.
Wasn't bad.
So
it makes you think of Flash Funk.
Next up, we have Dolph Ziggler and Neville versus Sheamus and King Barrett, where Neville gets distracted by Sheamus and then jumps into a bullhammer.
This is also our first showing of what I hope to be the tag team known as the United Kingdom. I want this as a real thing.
I don't like it. I don't like that the British and the Irish are teaming together.
Yeah, they really got to be fighting each other.
I don't like it at all.
Because you know it's going to be a while before they bring up Becky and Finn Balor to have that true Irish invasion.
I could actually dig them.
They're not gonna team Neville with Bray Wyatt anytime soon.
I could actually dig them as a team and have them versus Cesaro and Kid.
Could you imagine the bull hammer into the bro kick or vice versa?
Oh, I mean, pretty brutal.
That would be extremely brutal.
Like, then you could have the Swiss and the Canadians versus the Irish and the British. I mean,
so pretty much we're having the NHL.
Okay, but how do you think the home crowd is feeling? They're like, wait a minute, you're teaming with that guy?
yeah.
We don't like that guy.
I mean, whenever they go to Dublin, they're going to have to, like, switch that real quick. They're going to have them feud.
I don't know, guys. I mean, it sounds nice on paper, but like I said, English and Irish, we're going to have to see about that. As far as the match itself, yes, the bullhammer was beautiful. Neville sells like $1 million. I'm worried about Neville. I know we say wins and losses are too overstocked here, but Neville doesn't have a high winning percentage. He's going to need to get some wins there over some top guys, I think, really soon for me to take him serious.
I mean, he has the win versus Sheamus.
That's
DQ.
one. Okay,
And I think he's been putting on fabulous matches since he got here. He was in the running for the King of the Ring. I'm thinking with this whole vacant IC title thing coming up, or how they played, I could see Neville getting a nice little push.
Who was it that WWE dumped on the table this week and just totally let the match keep going?
Seth Rollins got dumped on the table.
Seth Rollins got dumped on the table and it was not a DQ.
It was not a DQ, no.
So,
no.
WWE, while I gave you credit for not assaulted by intelligence, F you, because you did.
No. They did a couple weeks previous.
Exactly.
This week, they made up for it.
Well, no, I'm not forgiving it, because it's still in my brain, so, apparently. TJ, your thoughts?
I'm actually not sure what to say about this.
You don't know what, do you feel like, I mean, I seen you want them as a permanent tag team. Do you feel like Neville is got a place going up or down? Where does he go?
My head is just a blur with this whole thing, man.
Gravity can't control him. He's on his way up to the top.
I don't know. I'm hoping. I don't think that he's. I mean, where? Intercontinental? U.S.?
I'm thinking Intercontinental right now. They're going to leave
Intercontinental will be
with
his
the U.S.
safe bet
belt.
now.
So in this one podcast, we've had Bray Wyatt as the new Intercontinental Champion.
We got a lot of IC champions going on
the
this
championship
week.
scramble match.
It's going to end up being something nice because we're going to have to have a bracket for it.
Oh my God!
So it's nice to see certain faces in the running.
That's what we do. If you're not in the title match, we're giving you the
We're giving you a title that no one else is holding right now.
Here's what it is. The last time I was on the show, it was the night of the jobbers. This is the night for mid-card and debut.
Pretty much. That's true. That's very true.
Revenge of the mid-card. This is Star Wars.
They're not jobbing this week.
On May the 4th as well.
Wow. The correlation.
May the 4th be with you.
Alright, we're going to wrap this up. We're almost at the end here.
The end. The match of the night. Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Randy versus Roman. Then Kane comes out with Seth Rollins and J&J Security, where we get the promo of the night from Jamie Noble.
A guy who's not really known for promos, even when he wrestled.
He says that he's going to be the ring announcer, Joey Mercury's going to be the timekeeper, Kane's going to be the ring enforcer, and Seth Rollins is going to be the guest commentator. So we all know where this is going on. And Randy and Roman talk for a little bit in the middle of the ring and decide that they might just need a truce or else none of them are going to survive this. And all of a sudden we see Randy try an RKO out of nowhere, which gets stopped, and then the match ensues, which lasts for about a minute and a half, and then all hell breaks loose, and the Authority come into the ring, and the match ends in a no contest.
Oh my god.
Where have I could swear I've seen this before somewhere.
Yeah.
I've seen this like multiple times in multiple companies.
You know what? You know what?
Deja vu.
Here's what I'm gonna
dream.
Here's what I'm gonna say about the main event. It wasn't a tag match. So
No. The main event was the tag match between Dolph, Neville, and Sheamus and King Barrett.
okay, it was.
This was a filler.
It
This
was.
was a filler
But
segment.
at least it wasn't a throw together team that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So they gave us at least that.
And they did give us the opportunity to have a major explosion for when Mr. Ambrose came running out to save the day.
That's that right. Dean got the big pop. I think they're throwing Dean into this match to appease us, actually. And I also think they're throwing Dean into this match because somebody has to take the pinfall.
And still be able to look strong with the loss.
That's gotta be Dean. I think Dean is going to take the pin here in Fatal 4-Way.
That wouldn't be too much of a change for him as of late.
Exactly.
Let's not forget that by right, if you take out Randy, we get that triple threat that everyone's been asking for.
Yeah, but we're not losing Randy, so unless we
That's not unless he gets hurt somehow.
Yeah, like Kane beats him up and it changed.
I don't want that triple threat though yet. They gotta.
No, I'm not ready for that one yet.
They gotta save that for me for Mania. I want that at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Either Mania or Rumble.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say either Mania or Survivor Series.
Like if they do it at Survivor Series, they're gonna do some weird stuff where each person has a team. We're doing like a 3-team Survivor Series.
All three of them need to have power, so it's gotta be a long story when they come.
Yeah. It's gotta start after
Rose,
SummerSlam.
they
and
give
work its way
Ambrose
through
back the
Mania.
United States title just to have him lose it the night before WrestleMania. They give Roman strong wins and near falls, and Rollins continues to be champion.
Believable. Mark, I want you to grade Raw. I'll start with you. Your final grade for the night and final thoughts.
Final grade overall, I'll give it a B+. It had some solid matches. I mean, it had a couple of the comedic fillers, but like you said, the little kid just hey, you used to enjoy the shit too. So, yeah, I'll give it a B+. It was a solid night. I hope that they're turning a new direction. And like you said before, not trying to insult us, maybe connecting a few more of the dots. I have low expectation for that, but I guess we'll just have to see next Monday.
If I were grading this show at 1040, it would have got an A-. Thanks to 1040 to 1105, it gets a B+. So they lost some points with me in the main event. But other than that, yeah, this was unexpected. You don't expect the middle Raw in between two crap pay-per-views to deliver, and for some reason, they just decided this was the week they were going to give us a great show, and they did it. David, thoughts?
I'm actually going to go slightly more on the generous side this week, and I am going to give it that A-. I thoroughly enjoyed the storylines this week, and it was so cohesive and not unpolished and unfinished, and they gave us everything we wanted with promos and matches, some stuff we didn't want with certain people, and it was just overall, for the first time in months, genuinely entertaining show for the week.
TJ, we'll wrap up with you.
I gotta go with David and give this show an A- because for me, most times I attend with Raw, the promos are the saving grace and the matches are what falls short. It's rare when the matches are the saving grace and the promos fall short. These matches were what we needed at a time like this, especially with the tag team main event, not the filler main event, but the tag team main event. We needed that, and we needed to see Sami Zayn actually debut, not for a NXT exhibition, but being Sami Zayn coming to Raw saying, hey, I might be here in a month or so. After Payback, I'm officially here.
I feel like it's hard to send him back down now because he got such a loud reaction that we're gonna expect him next week. Like,
We might as well just erase main event for like the main roster guys and just make that a show specifically for NXT talent.
yeah, I mean, apparently he's worked a few matches on there anyway. I think.
He worked a lot of dark matches, and Finn Balor as late has worked some dark matches for SmackDown. So we could be seeing him take the challenge soon.
Okay.
Could you imagine the pop?
Oh, I'm gonna go berserk when Balor comes out. The
Especially if he
first
has
sound
to-
of that music, I'm going batshit crazy.
No, watch. They're gonna give us Tyler Breeze next week, and we're still gonna mark out because it's Tyler Breeze.
I'm sure someone has a comment here about this.
Because it is Prince Pretty.
It's the king of Cuteville.
And he is gorgeous.
Yeah,
I
and
won't go that far.
we'll get into Tyler Breeze on Saturday when we go over a little bit of NXT along with the other rumors. That
You
we-
could just imagine the AA reversed into the beauty shot.
That's possible.
That'd be beautiful.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
Fun.
Not today. So we're gonna wrap up this episode this week. As always, you can follow us on Twitter at Goons Radio, Facebook Wrestling Goons Radio, and YouTube at YouTube.com/Wrestling Goons Radio. Join us on Saturday when we lay down the next recording. Until then, for Mark and TJ and David and myself, Anthony, we will see you on the flip side.